Hey everyone, welcome back to Frankie's Forest. And in today's video, we are going to go through the whole process, I guess, of planting up this cactus that I actually got from my grandma, and someone actually gave it to her. It's not rooted, but as you can see, it was in a vase. It was in water, which isn't that great. But it is actually a really pretty cactus. I've actually never seen it before. I feel like it might be some type of cactus, but I don't want to say the name because I probably will get it wrong. I've never actually seen it before though. It does have all these really cool leaves and then this super prickly stem, as you guys can see. But it also has these really pretty, nice, gentle flowers, which is a good contrast. So the materials I have is, I have a pair of scissors that I usually use for cutting plants. They're already sterilized. I have a paper towel that I'm going to use to lay them on once they're calloused. And then later I'll skip ahead in the video to when they finish callousing, and then I'll actually plant them up. So let's just start out by taking a few of these out. We'll start out with this one over here. As I said, they were in water, so we will have to cut a little bit of them off. We'll also probably have to take off a few of the dried leaves, but the bottom is a little bit soggy, but it was a pretty clean cut, as you can see. So before we do anything, I will take all the dead leaves off, so I'll speed that up for you guys. Alright, so now we have both of these plants, well, I guess all of these plants done. There were about 1, 2, 3, 4 cactus, so that's pretty good. And as you can see, we have a whole bunch of dead leaves over here. Just put them back in the vase, I guess. But now that we have that done, we are going to move on to actually cutting the bottom of the stem. And we're doing that so it can callus over. We're going to cut it about 1 inch or 2 up. A nice clean cut. There we go, as you can see, it's green and alive on the inside. What it means is basically to snip off the bottom part of the cactus and let it dry over for a few days. And that will actually help it to root in the soil better, so if water comes in contact with the bottom, it won't get soggy. So we'll quickly do that to the others, and I'll speed that up. Okay, so now we have all of these cactus done. What we're going to do is just set them on this paper towel here. Let me just put them with the, I don't really think they need a paper towel, but I just thought I might as well. So I'm going to be putting them just lined up. I could even stack them up just as long as air can get to them, as long as they're not in a concealed area.
So we're going to put them all in kind of like a little section here. And what we're actually going to do is take this part of the paper towel and kind of switch it around, covering anything that's supposed to be not covered. Just going to wrap them up like this. So it's easier to transport them.
So now we have all of the bases will callus very soon. I'll wait about 4 to 6 days for this to callus over. I'll put these down to the side, and I'll see you guys in a few days. Hey guys, welcome back. So we have our Christ plant here. It has been about actually a week. I overdid it a little bit because it's kind of dying a little bit, but you can see like a pile of leaves already here. But that's not a problem because there is a lot of new growth at the top that hasn't died, and the bottoms have calloused actually. Excuse me, I have hiccups. The bottom's actually calloused really, really good, so I'm happy about that. So first thing we're gonna do is I'll just take off the dead leaves once again, and I'll speed that up for you guys. Alright guys, so as you can see there's a bigger pile of dead leaves than there was a few days ago, which is kind of a problem, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we actually have this big pot that I got from outside. Sorry if you hear some background noise, it's just it's just a lawnmower. We're getting our lawn mowed. But they all, I mean, once the dead leaves are taken off, they don't look that horrible. They still are pretty bad though. But I do have my potting mix, and I have a rusty old shovel that I'm going to be using, and this pot that I think I just said that I found outside, but I'm not sure. But basically, this plant, before we had it, actually was in extremely damp soil, and it was doing absolutely great. So what I'm going to try to do is, since it's accustomed to being in regular potting mix, not succulent mix, I'm actually going to put it in regular potting mix to see how it does, see if it actually adjusted to that environment, which would be pretty amazing. So let's do that now. I'll speed it up for you guys. Let me just fill the pot up with this mix. So first I'll take this out. So let's get started filling the pot up. Alright, so now the pot is filled up with soil, not totally though. As you guys might know, in a lot of pots, there is on the inside like a little ring around the inside, and I usually use that to determine how much soil I'm going to put in, just so I know, if I'm going to water it, I don't want it to overflow, which is good. So since these are just cuttings, I don't have to dig a hole to put soil in to plant them. All I have to do, let me just take off this one dead flower, is just like put them in just like that. Kind of do have to poke a little bit of a hole because they are pretty spiky. But other than that, I could just kind of pack the soil around them. So what I'm aiming for is to have the smallest ones in the front and the largest ones in the back. So then it'll be more of a kind of like a sloping down, like an angle, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. So hopefully after I water these, they will start to get more leaves, which I would really love because this is such a cool succulent and I really, really want it to survive. And I'm thinking if it does start to produce new growth, since it is about like a quarter way through spring, I might just put them outside in the summer, because I do that. You see there's a guy lowing them on for us, the lawn for us there. But since I actually put a lot of my succulents outdoors during the summer, I might just try it with this. So I really, I just literally poked my video. So as you can see, it's kind of developing a little bit of a sloping thing, but not really. So there are like a few little branches that I don't know if I want to take off because they might just use up too much of the plant's energy. Now I probably will end up putting a little bit more soil in when I'm done planting these up, just like top it off. So I did want to mention this. You noticed before I started doing this, before I started planting them, that I mentioned the name of this plant. And yes, these plants are called the Christ plant. I have no idea why it's called that, but I did find it out. I did find out the name on a great app. I definitely recommend you getting it. It is free to some extent. It's called Picture This. So it's basically an app where you take a picture of your plant, and immediately it gives you one single picture right there of the plant, and it shows you another plant and it compares it to it, and it's like literally 100% accurate. I've tried with so many plants. At first you do get 7 free pictures, but after that, if you pay, it's a one-time purchase, so you pay about $19. And for that, there's kind of like a little bit of like a plant Instagram, so you can send pictures of your plants, and other people can reply to them. They can comment, kind of like YouTube, but just with pictures. And it's basically just like Instagram. And if you buy that, you get so many unlimited things on that app. You can take a picture, and if you press on the image, it'll literally tell you every single thing about that plant, all the facts, all the care on the plants, and it's a really great app. I got it, and I really, really love using it, so I definitely recommend you getting it. So I just finished planting these up, guys, but I think I might need to add a little bit more soil on top, so I'll just use my cup for that. Alright, so, okay, so they're all planted up. I think now I can water them. So hopefully it doesn't leak out the bottom. Just in case it does, I have a tray that I was growing succulent cuttings in, but they're not there anymore, so I just dumped that soil out, and I guess I could just put it under here for now, just in case it doesn't fit. But just in case any water gets out, I don't want to ruin the table. So I'll just put a little bit of water around these just to get them started. Now the first watering, you don't want to put a ton of water. Slowly get them used to having water again, because they haven't had water in a while. So, I know it looks like I'm putting in a lot of water, but I'm putting in actually a very small amount. Okay, so now the top of the soil is soaked. I'm sure the inside of the soil is soaked. Is it dripping? It's not dripping. So, I'll find a sunny spot in the sunroom here to put them. But other than that, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to give a like to the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.